You ever have your HOA president call the cops on you for firing a shotgun on your own land, only for them to get schooled by a Texas trooper when your security footage proves you were protecting your family's legacy from their goons? That's what happened when Pamela Stokes, our HOA dictator, tried to bully me off my 120-acre ranch, not knowing I had cameras catching her every dirty move, from forged papers to hired thugs, until she landed 12 years in prison. I'm Luke Bennett. And this is how I turned her land grab into a legal smackdown that sparked a rebellion across 3 counties. Picture Redstone Valley, a quiet stretch of Texas where my family's ranch sits. 120 acres of rolling pasture, weathered barns, and a flagpole flying Old Glory and the Lone Star, planted by my granddad 50 years ago. It's not just land. It's our blood, our sweat. A stubborn piece of independence carved out by Bennetts who never bowed to anyone. I'm a former Army sergeant, mid-40s, running cattle and horses, living for the open sky and my 2 dogs. Buck and Scout, who'd rather tangle with a rattler than back down. Redstone's peaceful, but it borders Willow Creek Estates, a fancy new subdivision with an HOA that thinks it owns the whole damn county. Their president, Pamela Stokes, is a 50-something real estate shark in tailored blazers, always clutching a clipboard like it's a royal scepter, her voice sharp enough to cut barbed wire. She'd been eyeing my land since her HOA sprouted, wanting to swallow it for their Phase 2 expansion, boost their property values, and line her pockets. I'd ignored her early jabs, whispers about my unkempt fence line, snide notes about my barn's rustic look, but when she showed up at my gate, demanding I tear down my flagpole, I knew this was war, and I wasn't about to surrender. It started one crisp morning, sun barely up, when Pamela's standing at my fence, her eyes locked on my flag snapping in the breeze. "Mr. Bennett, that pole's an eyesore, a violation of our aesthetic standards," she snaps, waving her clipboard like a judge's gavel. I lean on the rail, keeping my voice steady, the kind I use to calm jumpy recruits in Iraq. "Ma'am, this land's mine, recorded clear, not part of your HOA. Those flags predate your neighborhood by decades." She barely blinks, flipping through papers. "Our covenants cover adjacent properties, and your barns are a concern." Barns? My great-granddad built those, hands calloused from dawn to dusk, and she's calling them trash? I'm bristling, but hold it in. "This ain't your jurisdiction, Pamela. You're on my line now." She smirks, cold as a banker, and walks off, but I know it's not over. Those were her opening shots, and I'm already logging every word, sensing a storm brewing. 2 days later, a fancy envelope lands in my mailbox, Creekstone's logo embossed like it's from a king. Inside, a letter on cream paper lists my violations: flagpole, barns, even my wire fencing, demanding I rectify them or join their HOA's benevolent oversight. I laugh, but it's grim, the audacity burning in my chest. I fire back on plain paper, 7 words. Respectfully, no, this land ain't yours. Clear as day, right? Wrong. That's when the whispers start. Folks at the feed store go quiet when I walk in. Old friends muttering about that stubborn Bennett. Then the petty hits, mud smeared on my private property sign, a bag of dog crap tossed over my fence. Pamela's SUV creeps by my gate too often, her stare more predator than neighbor. I'm not rattled, not yet. I've faced worse overseas, but I start a file, Stokes' stupidity, logging dates, photos, her letter, my reply, every drive-by. If she thinks I'm some pushover rancher, she's about to meet a Texan with a long memory and a longer fuse. The harassment ramps up fast. Thick HOA notices pile in, citing fake violations, my barn's tin roof, unapproved, my tractor improperly stored, with made-up fines and citation numbers. I call the county clerk. None of it's legal, just bureaucratic bullying. Then a drone buzzes my pasture, a high-tech wasp with a camera, quartering my land like a spy. I snap a photo, add it to the file, and check local laws. Persistent surveillance like that's harassment. Plain and simple. I'm doubling my cameras, checking fences daily, when 2 goons in HOA polos, Travis Boone and Ray Bulldog Cutler, roll up in a beat-up truck, demanding to inspect my animals for welfare concerns. Buck and Scout growl, flanking me as I block the gate. "This is private land, boys. No warrant, no entry." Cutler reaches for the latch, sneering, "Make it easy, cowboy." My dogs bark like thunder, and I'm calm but firm. "Walk away, or they'll chew you up." They back off, but days later, a glossy folder arrives, a Phase 2 map swallowing my 120 acres in red ink. Doubt creeps in. Could they have some legal trick I missed? I book a meeting with my lawyer, Tom Reed, who laughs. This map's a fantasy, look. But don't sleep on her, she's not done pushing. Tom's right. A week later, I'm at my gate at dawn, and something's off. The steel chain snapped, gate sagging. Gravel scuffed wrong. Buck and Scout are tense, hackles up, and my gut's screaming trouble. I head to the barn, door ajar, and it's chaos. Hay bales ripped, feed bins dumped, tools scattered. Then I see her, my mare, Star, trembling, a bloody gash on her flank, eyes wild with fear. Rage hits me like a freight train, but I choke it down, tending her, soothing her flinch. This isn't vandalism. It's a message, cruel and personal. I pull my security footage, heart pounding, and there it is, 2:13 a.m., two hooded figures in HOA polos, one swinging a tire iron, the other spooking my stock. Star's scream as the iron hits her cuts through the grainy feed, and I'm shaking, not just mad, but violated. This is my home, my family's legacy. I save the video. Email it to Tom with one line. They cross the line, knowing Pamela's behind it. Her campaign, now a full-on assault. Next morning, I'm still raw when tires crunch my drive. It's Pamela, stepping out of a black SUV, flanked by Boone and Cutler, plus a weaselly guy with a tablet, acting like they own my ranch. No shame, no clue I've got their midnight raid on tape. Mr. Bennett. Pamela coos, fake concern dripping. We've got complaints about hazardous conditions, animal welfare. We're here to inspect. I'm on my porch, shadow long, voice cold. You've got no rights here. Pamela, get off my land. She smirks. Non-compliance has consequences. Boone steps up, reaching for my screen door. Easy or hard? Rancher. That's it, my line in the dirt. I unlatch the door. Grab my Remington 870 from the rack a shell, the sound like a judge's gavel. Boom. First shot roars skyward, shaking the air. Pamela shrieks. Boone and Cutler freeze. The weasel drops his tablet. Boom. Second shot echoes, clear above their heads. Last warning, I bark, voice honed from parade grounds. Next one kicks dirt at your feet. Cross my line again. You answer to more than your bylaws. They scramble, tripping over each other, Pamela fumbling her phone. You lunatic. I'm calling the sheriff. I lower the gun. Steady, good. Tell him everything. 15 minutes later, red and blue lights flash down my drive. Deputy Ortiz, young and twitchy, steps out, hand near his holster, but Sergeant Caldwell, older, calm as granite, follows. Eyes scanning. Pamela's already wailing, mascara streaking. He shot at us. He's dangerous. Boone and Cutler nod, playing victims. I step off the porch, hands up, shotgun slung safe. Weapons secured, officers. Shots were warnings, fired up, no threat. This is my land. I hand Caldwell a flash drive. Here's footage of their crew trespassing last night, hurting my horse. Ortiz looks spooked, but Caldwell's face hardens, taking the drive. He views it in his cruiser, returns, eyes like steel. Ms. Stokes, this land's outside your HOA. Your expansion maps no deed. Texas law backs a man defending his property, especially after a break-in like this. He glances at Boone and Cutler. You're lucky he showed restraint. You're trespassing. Pamela's jaw drops. Speechless, as Caldwell adds, we're investigating your crew's actions based on this tape. No charges on me, but they haul Pamela's group for statements, and I'm left standing, pulse slowing. Knowing this fight's just begun, I call Tom, recounting Caldwell's takedown, and he's fired up. They overplayed, Luke. That footage, plus their stunt today, we're hitting back. He digs like a bloodhound, finding a forged signature on an HOA waiver claiming I agreed to annexation, pure fraud. He traces fake animal welfare complaints to a library computer used by HOA cronies, even spots stolen cruelty photos in their evidence, watermarked from an old Arizona article. Boone's got no security license. Cutler's got a rap sheet for bar fights. Tom uncovers a pattern. Two other landowners sold under Vance's pressure. One an old widow, too scared to fight. We file a civil suit against Pamela, the HOA, Boone, and Cutler for fraud, conspiracy, trespass, harassment, defamation, and emotional distress. And Tom delivers evidence to the Travis County DA for felony document fraud. Local reporter, Sam Torres, breaks the story in the Travis Chronicle. HOA land grab busted with my footage. The forged signature, Star's wound, and tales of other victims. My phone's ringing off the hook. Ranchers, retirees, folks with tales of HOA bullying, some beaten down, others ready to fight. I post on a landowner forum, and the response snowballs, leading to a meeting in my barn, same barn Pamela called trash, where we formed the Freehold Alliance, a coalition to protect our rights. The civil trial's a circus, courtroom packed, Sam Torres scribbling, Freehold folks watching. Pamela's got high-dollar lawyers, painting me as a gun-crazy loner, twisting my warning shots into threats. I'm tense, jury's hard to read, but Tom's a maestro, dismantling their lies. He shows Caldwell's report, proving my shots were legal. Then drops the forged signature, confirmed fake by an analyst. A former HOA secretary testifies Pamela pushed her to file the waiver, calling me that cowboy dragging values down. A county official confirms my land's free of HOA control. The kicker? My gate camera's audio, Pamela's voice clear. If he won't sign, we'll persuade him. File it like he agreed. Jurors gasp. Pamela's mask cracks, panic flashing. On the stand, I'm plain, boots scuffed. My great-granddad built this ranch. They hurt my horse, broke my gate, tried to steal my land. I fired to protect what's mine, nothing more. After 4 hours, the jury's back. $280,000 for me, covering legal fees, vet bills, security, and pain. Judge Clara Evans isn't done. Ms. Stokes, your fraud, harassment, and conspiracy are egregious. I'm referring this for criminal charges. Pamela's cry echoes. This is a travesty, but she's done, her empire dust. I think it's over. But Pamela, out on bail, goes nuclear. 3 weeks later, 3 a.m., Buck's growl wakes me, Scout's ears up, staring at the barn. I'm out the back, Winchester in hand. Thermal camera showing 2 pros in dark gear, one picking the barn lock, the other with a gas can, planning to burn it, maybe kill Star inside. Rage hits, but I'm ice, stepping from the shadows. Drop it. One bolts, a fire around into the dirt, gravel stinging his boots. He drops, hands up, the other freezes, crowbar clanging. I zip tie them, call the sheriff. And they crack fast, hired by a woman in an SUV off I-35, plate matching Pamela's, orders to burn it, make him suffer. The DA piles on. Conspiracy, arson, criminal solicitation, agricultural destruction. No bail this time. Judge Evans gives Pamela 12 years, no parole, her thugs 5 and 7. The HOA's sued into oblivion, forced to reform. Pamela's name a curse, land grab Karen, memes everywhere. My ranch is quiet now, Star's scar silver, fences mended, a new oak sign at my gate, not an HOA. Texas land. Respect the fence or face the heat. It's a local legend, drivers slowing to read it. The Freehold Alliance grows, linking landowners across 3 counties. Pushing back on HOA overreach with Tom's pro bono help. Sam's articles win awards, sparking a state HOA review, even a Bennett Property Rights Act in the works. I'm on my porch. Buck and Scout at my feet, stars bright, feeling not just peace, but pride, not for Pamela's fall, but for what we built. Those nights checking cameras, facing her goons. Standing in court, they weren't just for me, but for every rancher, every widow, every kid who'll inherit free land. I'm no revolutionary, just a Texan guarding his roots. But this fight showed me what one stand can do. But here's what nags. Pamela's moves were too slick, like she had bigger players behind her. That forged waiver. Those pros, someone taught her the game. Was she a lone wolf, or a pawn in a larger land grab? Did I win a battle, or start a war? Drop a comment. Share your HOA nightmares. Tell me what you'd do with thugs on your land. Is this justice, or a fence still tested? Hit like if you're Team Bennett. Share if you know someone who needs to hear it. This is Luke, signing off from Redstone Valley, where the flags fly high, and the Karens don't trespass.